last time I was up here, Donald Trump was not president, and now he is president. I just want to lay it out there, get it clear. I voted. I voted for Kamala Harris. Is that thing on? I voted for her 30,000 times. It's so easy. I just sent in 30,000 mail-in ballots. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't even care about her like political beliefs. I just voted for her because she's a woman. One at a time, ladies. One at a time. I'm gonna be honest. I was really torn, and what really brought it over for me was I found out presidents aren't allowed to drive. They the Secret Service stops them from driving. And when I found out that, I'm like, dude, all women should be presidents. It's perfect. All women. One at a time, ladies. Anyway, my full name is Max Shmuley Zukerman, which makes you think I'm very Jewish. I'm not, don't worry. I'm just born into it, and then I just get all the perks of being Jewish, which is cool. But with a name like that, a middle name Shmuley, dude, it makes you think how Jewish really am I? I grew up watching a lot of Super Y. What if I'm a super Jew, you know? So one day I get curious. I take an Ancestry.com DNA test, right? I pay for the test. I send it in. A while later, I get the results, right? And I get the results, and I call up my parents, and the first thing my Jewish mother says is not how much am I Jewish, but how much did the test cost? And then I told her, I'm don't worry about the price. It doesn't matter. She tries to lecture me about some bullshit. Whatever. I open the results. 99.5% Eastern European Jewish, 0.5% some kind of trace Jew. 99.5% Jew. I was a little shocked. Thank you, sure. I guess. I was a little shocked. My mom had a different reaction. My mom is dude, you're pure. And I'm careful throwing out that word pure. It doesn't have a great history in our culture. Anyway, I do some thinking though, because I have a different reaction. I do some thinking. I think to myself, I'm short, I have a big nose, I probably have a bunch of other birth defects. 99.5%, it makes sense. I'm 100% a product of incest. Anyway, another thing about being Jewish is that I'm circumcised. But I have a roommate though who's very Catholic and very uncircumcised. He listens to a lot of hip hop. So our nickname for him is after his favorite rapper, A Boogie with the Hoodie. It's actually a pretty fitting name because A Boogie with the Hoodie's top 4 songs are all related to my roommate's genitals. We got My Shit, which is what he calls his dick. We got Jungle, which refers to his pubes. We have Look Back at It, which is the double take I did when I first saw his uncircumcised dick. And then A Boogie's biggest song, you guys all know, Drowning, which is the exact opposite of his sex life. I love you, Alec. Dude, I said your name, my fault. It's not all bad, you guys. We've been coming up with more practical uses for his hoodie. Our latest invention has been the hoodie beer, which is you ever want to sneak in a beer into a party or past TSA, you just shove it in there. You got a hoodie beer, right? Kangaroos, they have Joey's in their belly. Alec's got a beer in his hoodie. It's wonderful, really. I've been really into this app called Photos. Thanks. I wish real life had a laugh track. I feel life just sucks nowadays, you know? I miss when it was all sunshine and rainbows and daisies. I feel 2016 was the last real year when shit was good. And I've been thinking about it, when did it all go wrong? I feel to me is when David Bowie died. You guys remember when David Bowie died? January 10th, 2016 was when shit went downhill. David Bowie is like the first celebrity death I remember. And I remember, I don't even know who he was, and I was devastated. I don't even know who the guy was, and it ruined my life. It's tragic. I was probably a little stupid back then. Anyway, so I remember I go into school one day, and the principal is talking about this guy, David Bowie died. And my mind is racing, because I'm thinking, David Bowie, that's like a kid in our school. Someone in my grade, dude, a 10-year-old just died. Holy shit. And I asked her, I'm like, who's David Bowie? She's like, you don't know who David Bowie is? He's like the most influential musician of our era. I'm like, man, relax, I'm 10. Chill the fuck out. All I'm thinking about is like recess. Who the fuck is David Bowie? Whatever. Speaking of 10-year-olds. Whoa. Where's Voss? Yeah. Just checking. Just checking, buddy. We got a lot of pedophile bits in there. Anyway, dude, speaking of 10-year-olds, it's gotta be really hard to be a parent, man, you know? Like, how the fuck do you raise a child? Like, I think about it, there isn't really a nice, humble way to say this, but I think I turned out okay, I hope. But how much of that was my parents? Like, when I become a parent, am I supposed to, like, instill some kind of values in my kids, or do I just, like, let them, like, close my eyes and throw a dartboard and, like, hope they figure it out? I don't know. It's scary. To me, being a parent is like, it's like you're playing a game and you have a skill tree, and you can put skill points, and you can either be, like, athletic, smart, or nice. Pick 2 of the 3. You want all 3? Go fuck yourself. You can't have it all. It's really hard, man. I don't know what to do. All I know is, if I have a kid, I hope they're not lame. I better not have a lame-ass child. I think if I have a lame kid, that kid's getting aborted. I'm sorry. I don't mean to get political in here. If that kid is lame, he's getting an abortion. Incest is chill, but he is not going to be a loser. It runs in the family. Anyway, enough about hot kids. Let's talk about hot saunas. You guys ever been in a sauna? Dude, I love that shit. I was talking to my friend the other day. I was walking home from the gym, and we were talking to each other about how men and women use the sauna totally differently. I had no idea. So she tells me that women in the sauna are completely silent. They're like stone-faced. They're dialed in, like the most locked-in place you've ever seen. Men in the sauna, brother, we are chatting it the fuck up. It's crazy. I feel like some of the world's most like profound conversations happen in a little tiny sweat cubicle. It's great. I imagine like Plato and Aristotle sat in a sauna when they were like talking about their philosophies. They're like, yeah, dude, ethics, morality. Dude, Aristotle, your dick's huge. Dude, Plato, you're fucking packing, bro. That's how I picture it. And it's really funny to her because we're all just like chilling in our underwear. And if you really want to, you can like make out how big each other's bulges are. And it's like, we're all so friendly. And we're all like chatting it up. It's like, dude, what's your name? Dude, Henry? Dude, I love that. Love that for you. Dude, I love you, Henry. I love you, Henry. It's just like that. And to her, she's just like they're all so polite and quiet. There's like no social interaction. And the best part is Henry and all these other guys are like the most jacked motherfuckers you've ever seen. It's like the most packed per area, like jacked, hot, fit guys you've ever seen. It's the gayest place in the world, and it's totally fine. It's totally socially acceptable. By like any other social standard, it would be considered incredibly gay. Like we're really close to the line. We're really close. I love it. Okay. For this last bit, I want you guys to do a thought experiment with me. I want you to all close your eyes and just imagine for a second that you're Mexican. Don't think too hard. I just did a whole bit about saunas, and Mexico's like basically the same thing. Imagine you're a gay Mexican. I'm just kidding. You can open your eyes. Was it captivating? Good. The whole point of that is it's got to be so fun to be like a 20-year-old Mexican, and you get all your boys together, and you just like have an epiphany one day, and you just up and leave. You move to America, and you open a landscaping company. It's got to be so fun. It's like the American dream, or the Mexican dream, I guess. It's so fun. It's like a blast. Like, you and all your boys, it's a long day at work. You're all sweaty in your overalls and like a gray t-shirt. You're like blasting Spanish music. You're sipping on Corona. You don't speak a lick of English. It's amazing. You don't understand what your boss is telling you. It's great. It's got to be the time of the life. Dude, to be young and Mexican, God. Surely our new president wouldn't have any problems